Hey there, superstars. Welcome to Soulfully Illumined and this video. And we're going to go into messages for the Starseed in this video for sure. Because the energies have been super intense. I know for me, there's been certain moments where I've just wanted to like blow. There's so much pressure in me. And then other moments where I feel fan-freaking-tastic. I've been meditating every day for about an hour, minimum at least, just to kind of balance my energies and really keep me grounded. Is there anything you guys have been doing? I would love to hear in the comments down below. I know Epsom salt baths have been wonderful too to help release old stuff, old blockages and so forth, and just kind of relax the physical body as it goes through these changes. So yeah, I would love to know what you guys are doing to help ease with the pressure and to put you in a state of peace and surrender through this process. So yeah, let's get into it. One message that was coming through the other day was, we're clearing out the past and we're moving into the new, more and more into the new. And if you've been watching me for some time, I've spoken about walking through the fog. And as we go through the fog, it becomes, it starts to open up more and more and more until we get into a clear space. But as we walk into this clear space, it's very evident as to what belongs there and what doesn't. Those things those blockages, the density, those things that aren't a match to who we truly are very palpable and evident. And that's why it may feel a little bit more intense right now, because we're doing this clearing out and we're getting closer and closer to a clear vessel and a clear state of being. And so those points that may be poking at you at this time, it's not because you're weak or it's something that you've missed or something that, you got to go through. It's something that's just there for you to see, to address and whatnot, because we're all still to some degree navigating the wave and clearing out some of the clutter that still resides. And when I say clutter, it could be anything really, but really what it comes down to is the things that are preventing you from yourself, the greatest version of yourself that was intended to be here on earth. So I'm being drawn right to the cards as I pull this from this deck, the Spellcaster Oracle deck. So Spirit, where do you want to take this? Finding. Beautiful. And exactly, and that's kind of what I was talking about. It's like we're in this light, and for some of you, it's like this gold light, which I'm feeling really represents strength, encouragement, the sun, your spotlight for some of you, and being able to stand in your own space. If you're empathic, you probably know what I mean by that. Being an empath, it's so easy to merge with another and not be able to just stand in our own space. And I feel like we're transitioning and we're changing into ones that are more solid in our own space. There's some solar plexus activations that are happening right now that's actually creating an expansion. So if you feel some pressure in that solar plexus, or feel like that anxiety or shortness of breath, I feel like there's some activations that are happening just to kind of spark it, just to open it up. And as I said that, the timer said 5:11. Change, big changes in the ability to be solid and grounded within a situation, within the present moment. And it's like you're coming up to breathe. There's an essence of you that's really just emerging, is emerging, that is going to allow you to breathe, to be free, to open up to your divine expression uninhibited. There's an aspect of that that's coming through, allowing you to just really be in your space. We're going to pull one more. Manifestation. Let me just pull that down. And the antlers. My gosh, the buck moon. The buck moon? Is that what it is? It's the July 21st full moon. About the theme of releasing of the old antlers and having these stronger antlers emerge, okay, from the buck. We have the antlers here. And that's symbolic of what's happening right now, where we're really growing our own antennas, a stronger version of a stronger and more enlightened version of our old antennas that may have been built on past experiences and traumas and wounding, a more authentic version, clear version of your ability to bring forth information into your vessel and the ability to translate it. Can I rephrase that? Let me rephrase that. The ability to translate the information and the ability to give off the information. There's something about that. The way you're going to be channeling information is going to shift. And I'm not just talking about how you're channeling the information if you are an actual channel, but you are, regardless. We all channel energy. So the way that you're going to be channeling energy is going to be a little different. A way that greatly more so expresses your authenticity. Interesting. I'm hearing follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And it's like, it's going a different way. It's time to go a different way. So if you're feeling like that pressure within you is building up, my friends, it's time for you to go in a different direction to burn that fire, that pressure that's coming up. Because it's like you're being pushed. And I feel that in like my solar plexus, being pushed in a new direction. The question is, are you going to let the fear get in your way? And either way, there's no right, no wrong, but interesting, right? How we have the light and then we have a dark card. We have the sun, we have the moon here, and finding that balance between the two. So this is an interesting dynamic that's happening for some of you. This balancing of the lighter side of yourself and the shadow side. Pay attention to your shadow self around that full moon, because he or she will be speaking. He or she will be powerful. And it's important, it's a good time to really get a sense of where that shadow aspect of yourself is, where it's at, if it needs some clearing out, or if it's just ready to be emerged, like it wants to come out and it wants to be bold and brave and come out of the box. There's something about that there, because there's this balancing. There's a balancing that's happening. So let's put that right there. And I'm just going to pull a chakra card. So Spirit, a chakra card, please. Both of them. Okay, let's go with it. We have intuition and we have pleasure. Trust your intuition. And I feel like that comes back to navigating your external world. As you navigate your external world in the physical, follow your intuition. You're being guided in different directions that you are accustomed to. And as you navigate these different directions, it's transmuting. It's transmuting the old. It's transmuting the past. It's not about you having to process something anymore. It's not about you having to mentally work through, a old hurt or pain. You're past that. And of course, take that if it resonates. But now it's a matter of you just being aware of what's popping up in you. But it's almost like your vessel, your body is being lit up. You're healing it by utilizing your body. It's almost like you're being guided to do certain things in different ways, which is actually healing some old programs or blockages from the past, right? So it's like where you would maybe meditate or like do Reiki or work the energy to then work the body. It's like the body now is coming alive and it's working to just kind of clear out some blockages energetically. Okay, so you may feel this inspiration, this charge of energy to just kind of move. It's like it's working through your systems, it's working through your bodies, which makes sense because we have a lot of energy coming into us at this time. So you may want to move around. And there's something about hips. There's something about hips and root chakra, so maybe sacral chakra, root chakra, and the ability to move in space and time. So moving in the physical, getting outside in nature, going out for walks, just doing things to get your body moving and bringing it into a state of pleasure. Now, of course, there's always balance, but maybe that's the key for you, is finding that balance, that midpoint of harmony for you when it comes to pleasure. That could be a message for some of you. I know that's one for me. I tend to do extremes. The other aspect here is, as you're navigating the physical reality, how does the body feel? What brings it pleasure? What brings it peace? What makes it feel beautiful? Because there's something with that, with your shadow, where that shadow is craving that pleasure. Interesting, because I think like a lot of the feeds that it's been showing up, like Black Moon Lilith, even like Black Moon Lilith and just Lilith energy and just like the dark feminine energy has been popping up. And I get it, she's been a little pissed. She's been repressed. And so I feel like some of that might be coming up in some of you, where that aspect of the shadow has been repressed, and that might be coming up for you to just balance out and give her or him that enjoyment, that pleasure that he or she also deserves, that part of you that also deserves to be loved. Interesting. Let's go into the astrology cards, Spirit, and what? Thank you. We have Leo. Beautiful. Yeah, the energy of flamboyant, drama, proud, and passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. And I feel like it's taking us to that solar plexus again. This balancing that's happening within that solar plexus, and that might have to do with the balancing of the light and the shadow. And it comes back to the heart, to the lion, to the belief, the self-belief, the self-worth, the self-empowerment that is growing within you. And I'm hearing is growing within us all. We are stepping up into our thrones, step by step, coming out of the shadow and into the light, getting a clear version of who we are and how we see the world. Trust the process, because it's a process. But I feel like this is the energy that's building into the Lion's Gate. Because I feel like that's going to be the high point where we're just at the tip. You know what I mean? We're at the peak. Sorry, that's a better word. Interesting. So let's get into a Sacred Traveler's Oracle card. So Spirit, what do they need to see here? Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measurement or measure. My friends, I feel like it's been hard. There's been some really difficult moments. I can feel it, I can see it, and it's just, I want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone. And if you feel alone in this world, go still, be quiet, because I feel like you're going to know, you're going to feel, have a sense that you're not alone, that there may be someone watching you or with you at that time. And I don't mean that in a creepy way, but you're not standing alone during this process. As my hair is falling out. But this is a process, as I mentioned, and a process of surrender. Because I feel like in the reality that you're in, it's easy to want to take control, and perhaps it's even easy to take control. But the thing is, when our ego or our mind takes control, there's no room for the divine to come in and show us something higher, show us something better, show us that magic actually exists. And so we're being asked to surrender. We're being asked to let go of our hold so tightly and open our eyes and be receptive to what's transpiring around us. Because as you're open, you'll also get the guidance as to how to move forward in your next steps. And I feel like as you do that, as you're more receptive, I feel like there's so much more light coming into you. I'm seeing this pour down and that pouring into you. It's time to be receptive and open. There's a lot that's happening around you and within you. And so there may be moments, like I said, you want to take control. But it's like Spirit wants to show you something more than your physical strength and the strength of mind. They want to show you another aspect of yourself. And I mean, we are multidimensional. The field that surrounds us isn't just air. This is a field of us. Right? So we're so much more than our skin, is what I'm trying to say. And Spirit is trying to expand your box. We're going to pull one more card. Well, maybe second last card from the Starseed Oracle deck. So Spirit, what would you like them to know from this deck? The Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Exactly. And that's kind of what it is. It's like in all of the darkness, you might zoom right into this one thing because it's crystal clear. Or maybe you're looking at this. Zoom right into here because this is crystal clear. What they're saying is just be in it. See it. Obviously, it's right there. but don't zoom into it. Zoom out. It's kind of like if you've seen The Matrix, which one is it? Resurrection, where they're trying to get Neo and they're stuck on the train and he has to go through a little mirror. And someone says, what, this little thing? We have to go through this little mirror? And the other guy goes, well, it's all perspective. Zoom out. And that's what we're being asked to do at this time, is not to be so narrow focused, but to zoom out. Because on a side note, zooming in is more about, that's what we tend to do when we're more in fight or flight, or when we're more in, is it alpha or beta? I think it's beta. Oh my God, don't quote me. But when we zoom out, we're more receptive. We're more so in a beta, more meditative state. So we're being asked to be receptive and zone out. See what's there, but don't dwell in it. Okay, come back to center. Come back to your space. Okay, so final message. Is there anything else? Yeah, it's like, just be open to the world around you. Don't focus on that one thing, because that one thing is just one thing in the grand scheme of what's happening in your life right now. Okay, I'm done with that message. Final message for final messages for a starseed. Teacher, you're being asked to be a student. You're being asked to pour out the vessel, pour out the old, and be completely open and empty in this space. That means no concept of the past, no your name, not your title, not, the association. Be completely open in the moment. Be the child or be the fool. Because I feel like through that moment, through that beingness, you're going to learn a hell of a lot about your world, about yourself, and what you can do. This is an opportunity for us, a big one. Things are shifting around us, my friends, and just as much as, the world is, there's a lot happening in the world. Remember your heart. Remember your heart, and remember the bird's eye perspective. Okay, zoom out. All right, those are your messages. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some sort of insight or light. And thank you for watching. If you did like the video, do give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'd love to read for you guys again. Take care. Bye-bye.